On today's episode of How Bad's It Been Neglected, we're going to uncover the blazer and get this thing fired up for the year. We'll see what kind of shape it's in. So stick around.
Check this.
Okay, so the blazer has been sitting for many months now. I don't even almost remember what this thing looks like because it's been covered up for so long. But today we're going to uncover it. We're going to check the batteries and we're going to see if this thing starts. We'll see what kind of shape the batteries are in and go from there. We got a lot of rain coming. So we got a lot of rain in the forecast, and for those of you that follow me knows where I live that we're pretty prone to flooding here, and the water starts coming up. I need to start this thing and move it, get it to higher elevation, and I want to make sure that my batteries and are good to go, and make sure it even starts. For that matter, it might not even start. I don't know, but I don't want to be coming out here because the water's coming up and try to start it up and my batteries be low or something like that, and fry a bunch of things or even blow something up, catch something on fire. I don't know. So we're going to get this thing uncovered and we're going to start checking some things. Well, it's cleaner than I thought it'd be. That cover does a pretty good job, actually. And right away, either my fob is dead or my batteries are dead. So let's find out. Okay, so don't be stupid like me, and like I said, let's see how bad we can neglect it, because they're like dead. I mean, like I forgot that. I even tried to turn the key on just to see what my voltmeter would say, and there's nothing there. And then I forgot that when it's dead, you can't turn the key back because it's got no voltage. For some reason, it locks it from turning back. So let's put a meter on this and see how dead they really are. Daggone it. Okay, you're seeing this for the first time just like I am. Let's see if I can stick this here. Can you see that in the camera? Maybe you can. Let's see how stupid I am. So it looks like we're sitting at 2.2 volts. So in order to get anything to work, I'm going to have to get a charger on this. 2.2 volts. So that is totally my ignorance. So let's get a charger on it and see if we can't get these to come up a little bit, so I can at least get in the back anyway. All right, so I got my Limitless charger. Get it plugged in and see what it's doing. Maybe. So, if I get a green light, I'm good. Find a better place for this. I have to do this here, guys, because I can't get my back open. So, if I get a red light, I'm good. Green light means they're charging, or they're charged. Now this is my Limitless charger. and it's pulsing green. Oh, let me play with this for a minute and see. Okay, I believe I got it, and I believe it's doing something now because it's already come up 2/10 of a volt. So we'll let this sit for a little bit, and going to work on some other stuff here. I'll check back in a bit. All right, we're up to 4.2. It's bouncing back and forth. I even seen it jump to 4.3 once. So we're up to 4 volts. Hopefully these stains come around. So they were at 2.2 when I started, and I dropped one more tree here on the project I'm working on and whacked it and stacked it. So the time it took me to cut down I don't know, it was taller than that tree right there, so, and bigger, round. You can see fresh cuts on that. A good 30 foot anyway. Get it cut up and stacked, and it come up to 4.2, so hopefully these come around. All right, as you can see, I don't know how well you can see it. It is getting way dark over there. It's already been cloudy, overcast all day anyways. But I've still got this stain on the charger. It's on the Limitless charger, so it's a little 8 amp charger, and that rain's moving in, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. I don't want to take it off now that I've started it, so I'm gonna see if I can't cover this stain up with my cover and a hood pop somehow, and keep this thing charging. But yeah, it's not looking good. You hear it thundering and rumbling in the background, so daggone it. This is exactly why I'm adding on to that, so I can put the blazer in it. Well, not exactly why, that's one of the reasons why. So I don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. All right, I propped the hood with a 2x4, got everything tucked up underneath there, so hopefully, I don't think anything will get wet. That's waterproof cover, but anyways, just have to keep an eye on it here and see how long this does. Might blow over now, I don't know, but we ain't gonna take no chances. We'll leave this covered for a little bit, and we'll see what the rain does, and see how much I can get this charged up before I have to go to bed, because I have to go back to work tomorrow again. This is what I was saying, we're prone to flooding here, and this has actually went down a couple inches. You can see down here. It's went down a couple inches, but just a little bit ago, it was across the road down that way, and a lady was trying to turn around in the driveway, and she missed the driveway a little bit and ended up in a ditch there. So we had to help get her out. But yeah, and it's still on the charger. But yeah, this is what I was talking about flooding. It likes to flood around here. All right, it's a few days later, and we have much nicer weather out here to work in. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and unhook the super cap bank here. I'm going to pull it out, and I'll see if I just can't get these batteries charged up individually. And I'm kind of glad that I did so, because I've touched on this before. Part of my problem also may be the amount of corrosion that I've gotten on these terminals and ends and stuff, and that's strictly from mixing different metals. They have different continuity rates, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is here today, but anyways, they corrode differently, especially when mixed. So probably a good thing I'm going to do it this way. Then I'll take it all out, get this cleaned up, and see if we can't get these batteries to really get going charging. And then what I'll have to do is I'll have to charge this back in using the light. And I've showed you guys that before when I did the lithium install there last year. There's a certain way you got to charge these super banks. You just don't throw them in. So I'm going to continue working on this, getting this out, and I may even throw in just a regular wet cell battery now that I got all my runs unhooked, going to the rear. Throw a wet cell in, that way I I can get the back hatch open, because that's part of the problem. I can't even get the hatch open right now. And we'll get this thing started and see how it's running, since it's been sitting for quite some while. Okay, some of my thoughts were right. When I was having trouble getting these things to really charge there the other day, it was only getting into the 4 volts. And of course that storm hit, and I had to modify things and actually unhook things, and not really getting to work on it till today. But anyways, so I got to thinking about it on those days I wasn't able to work on it. I wonder if it was the super bank cap that was acting as a buffer or a resistor to not allowing these things to start taking a charge. And so far I think I'm right. I got the cap back out, and I got the charger hooked in, and red light is on, it's charging. It wasn't pulsing like it was before, which, quote me if I'm wrong, guys, I'm not sure on this, because I haven't been able to find anything on the Limitless site or Google or nothing else. But I think when it's flashing green, it's supposed to be trying to balance the cells, and I don't think it could do that with the super bank cap. But now that I got it out, it flashed green for not even 30 seconds and started charging. So I think I am one step in a positive direction now. Taking a charge, and we'll give it a bit and see where we're sitting at as far as voltage down. Maybe these things will come around after all. Hopefully. Okay, so I'm breathing a little better now. I think my theory was correct. Been a little over an hour, and they are now at 13 volts. They just jumped up to 13 right before I started this little section of the video here. So we're going to let this go for a little bit longer, and then we got to leave for a track meet, and then I'll take it off, and then we'll let it set, and I'll check the voltage to see if they're resting, holding or resting wherever they're at that point. And then I think tomorrow I got to mow this freaking place and probably bale hay, and then we'll check it again in the morning and see where they're at, and put the charger back on it again, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'm thinking I'm right. I'm thinking that the super bank was not allowing, since I wasn't able to get in the back to put this on the batteries directly, I think it was acting like a resistor and kind of stopping it from accepting a charge. And so I should be able to get this thing back up and going. So check back in again here in a bit. So it's the following day now, after we charged these for a while yesterday, and then I had to stop and unhook everything because we had track meet to go to. But anyways, so they were sitting at 13.2 yesterday, I believe it was, when I unhooked everything. So we're going to see where it's sitting at today. It keeps bouncing back and forth here from 13.1 to 13. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So we're going to finish charging these up, and I'm going to throw the charger on it, and I got 6 hours of mowing to do. So we're going to put the charger on that for a while, and I'll stop periodically and check it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're back at it a few days later here, because you all know that that's how it always works for me. A little at a time, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. But anyways, we're back working on the Blazer. I think I left off the last time that the batteries, the Limitless Lithium Cyber 12's finally charged. It took a charge. So I'm just kind of dragging some tools out here, and we're going to start working on cleaning some things up, and then we're going to get the excess power super cap back in. All right, like I said, it's been sitting for a few days, so let's even see if they're holding a charge now still. Hopefully they are, if I can get my grounds to stay here. Hopefully it is. So let's see. All right, they're resting at 13.3, which is okay. So they didn't lose anything. They didn't, well, actually it's probably been almost a week, actually, since I've messed with any charging. So, well, I've seen 13.4 there. So 13.3, 13.4, that's great. So what we'll work on doing now is, like I said, we'll get some of these lugs and stuff cleaned up, and then we'll get the bank back in there. We'll get the negatives all, the negative post, negative everything all put together, and then we'll work on getting that super bank charged back into the system. Now I'm going to take my cheese poker, and that's going to clean these lugs up again. Get a little bit of this corrosion off. Like I said before, this is just from mixing metals, aluminum and copper, whatnot. You'll get a little bit of corrosion, especially with the weather conditions we get here, and a high humidity, cold, snow, below freezing, below zero. Like I think next week we're supposed to be in the 90s. So I'm going to cover this up here just to be on the safe side. But yeah, so changes in the weather, like I said, with the humidity and stuff, can aid in the process of corrosion. I don't know how well you can see that, but get it pretty cleaned up here. That's 1, 2, I think I got 5. 1, 2, 3. No, maybe I only have 4. I can't remember. Yeah, now we got those cleaned up. Let's get that stuff moved out of the way and drop that bank back in there. All right, so now I'm ready to charge this super bank cap. As you can see, I've prepped everything, covering everything up except for the halogen light here. This is what's actually used. If you guys have watched my videos before, it's what you use to charge it. It's got to have resistance. And once I hook this into one of my power lines here, this should be burned really bright. And it'll burn bright for a long time. I think last year when I tied this in, it took about an hour. And once that goes out, then it's safe to go ahead and hook everything up. You absolutely cannot just hook a super bank cap up without doing this, especially to other chemistry of batteries like lithium or whatnot. You absolutely cannot. Very dangerous. So what I'm getting ready to do here, like I said, I got everything protected here. That way nothing gets hit or touches metal and sparks fly and things go bad. So I'm getting ready to tie this in. Let's take this tape off. Now, like I said, this should burn very bright. I don't want it to catch on fire, but at the same time, I got to that bulb will get hot. Now if I can finagle this where it's not going to touch anything. There we go. See, as you can see, that thing is burning super bright. Wait for the cars, bikes to go by, because every time I talk, this happens. Get ready to talk again. Here comes another car. This sucks living so close to the road. So anyways, as I was saying, you can see that is burning super bright. Now that should burn bright for about an hour or so. Like I said, and once it goes out, the bank is balanced with the bank in the rear, and then I can go ahead and finish tying in my positive runs that goes to the back, and then I should have power to everything again, and I should be able to start this thing up. So we'll check back in a bit and see how this is burning. Okay, it's been about an hour, give or take, and as you can see, that's starting to dim down. So we're getting close. Okay, the light is out, so we can tie everything back in together. Start putting the adapters on here, and yeah, we'll get it back together. I'll check back. All right, I got everything tied in. Let's put her on the meter here and see what she's at. I don't know if you can see that. All right, after charging it, let's see if I can do this so you guys can see it. We're at 13.2. So let's fire this thing up and see if she fires. All right, I opened the door and everything's dinging with the key in, so let's see what she did. Thank God those batteries weren't hurt. Let's pop the back and see what it looks like back there. All right, we got the back open. Everything looks to be kosher. Okay, yeah, I got a little bit of stuff I'm gonna have to fix. That adhesive gluing that vinyl on didn't hold it, so we'll doctor her up. Batteries don't look swollen. All right, cool. Okay, this thing's been running for about 45 minutes now. Still checking things. No, trying to put that where you can see it. So it is I don't know. Daggone it. You see that there? It is charging at 14.7 on the button, just like it's supposed to. So watch my batteries for a while. Nothing smoking, nothing swelling. So I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go. Okay, you can see I got those batteries to come around, and thank God I did, because that would have been bad. I would have ruined that investment, because these things should last me for a long time, hopefully. So I think that just goes to credit Limitless for how well those batteries are engineered and put together, for them to be able to rebound like that. So kudos to Limitless for that, and you know, of course, that super bank cap. You know, they're kind of designed for the that kind of abuse anyways. But so what I'm saying is, in the end, don't be an idiot like me and neglect them for as long as I did. Yeah, guys, things get in the way sometimes, but you got to make time. And I've learned that lesson, and I won't be doing that one again. So, like I said, in the end, they're back, they're working, they're functioning. There didn't seem to be any damage to them at all. So that's a good thing. But we still got a lot of work to do to get this thing ready for Slamology. So we're going to get back to it. So they came around, they're working. It's Slamology crunch time again. So until next time, guys, peace on.